This week on Still Horse Thunder. Our lives are like books, with a beginning and an end, and countless chapters in between. This week we visit two people close to our hearts who are ending one chapter and starting another.
My doctor wanted me to have a quality of life and not quantity.
Stunt rider Bubba Blackwell performs the final jump of his career.
And I'm glad that you're going to be able to go home and be home with Jamie and Reagan, and you're going to be able to do things that you want to do now.
And a friend we've known for decades rides with her family as she begins a new fight against terminal cancer. We are praying for you, and I'm believing for a miracle for you. I love you.
Still Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
Our friends like to see us out in the community. Our colleagues like to see us change unfair laws that limit the rights of injured Hoosiers. Our clients like to see us hard at work fighting for their fair compensation.
And insurance companies hate to see us in a courtroom.
At Leidendorf Law, we have over 100 years of combined legal experience, and insurance companies know this. We handle all types of injury claims. Leidendorf Law isn't your typical law firm. We are like family to our clients. Why? Because we are family.
When it's time to ride, we'll keep your mind where it matters most, on the open road. We get it. Ryder Insurance is the only insurance company specifically created for the motorcycle and ATV communities. No one but riders. Our specialized staff is here for you with great coverage options, discounts to help you save, and 24/7 claims reporting if something happens along the way. And with roadside assistance included on all of our policies, we've got your back wherever the road leads. We get it. No worries, just riding.
This week, two people who have never met and who live hundreds of miles away share part of their story with us. A Bubba from Alabama ends his motorcycle jumping career, and a loving wife and mother of two checks off the one thing on her bucket list as she fights terminal ovarian cancer.
Me and Nancy lived across the street from each other when the kids were little, and my kids played with her kids, Dustin and Austin, and we used to take Dustin and Austin to church with us, and they went with the kids. And when Nancy moved, she ended up moving away, and we moved away, and we kind of lost track of each other.
Well, I had a really good year, cancer-free, and I found out a couple months ago that it's back, and my doctor wanted me to have a quality of life and not quantity so much. It is terminal, and we'll go back in September, and we'll do surgery again and start chemo all over again and see how far we can get again. Hopefully I'll have a few more years, or even another good year. I'd be blessed. So,
well, we're praying for many years, not just one, not just a few, but many years of good time and good life. And I believe that can happen.
Oh, I believe too. I've got it in God's hands. That's as far as I can go, you know.
Nancy's bucket list only had one thing on it: go on a group ride with her son and best friend so that they will have memories of riding together forever. Dustin was here one night, ran into him, and he came up, and it was so good to see him. And he ended up bringing his mom out, Nancy, brought her out to bike night a few weeks ago, and it's just amazing to be able to see her again. And it's really hard to hear her story because of the fact that she's already been through cancer, and now she's getting ready to go through the same thing again, and that's really tough. Lisa, you're Nancy's caregiver, and you're her best friend, so you've spent a lot of time with her. Can you tell me about why we're doing this ride today? I know it's for a bucket list, but can you tell me some of the details of what that is about?
It's really about making some cherished memories, things that we can look back on and remember doing with her and having fun and trying to make light of a heavy moment. Yeah.
Well, you know, when I talked to her, she wanted you to be there and for Dustin to be there. Now her dad's even going to be here for it.
Well, Dustin, we had about 4 days to put this thing together. We've got quite a few bikes already here. What's going through your mind today?
I don't know. I just kind of want to get out and have fun and show my mom a good time. Let her see what we do for fun. Kind of fill out, let her just enjoy it and have a good time.
Well, you know, we kind of set up a plan where the route we're taking, you know, some of it's going to be nice country road where it's going to be more of the scenic view. And then, you know, we're going to go through, you know, Ellettsville. And so in there, we're going to have some traffic lights where you kind of get everybody bunched back up, and it kind of, she'll be able to see and get the effect of a big ride. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of people around her and stuff. So I'm hoping my bike's going to be comfortable enough for her.
Yeah, I tried to get her to ride on mine, but she wasn't having it.
No?
No, it doesn't look as comfortable.
You know, I put my other seat on there. I put the tour trunk on and everything. So my bike's looking like an old man's bike now. So, you know, I'm hoping it'll be comfortable enough for her. But I'm just so thankful for everybody that showed up out here today on such a short notice. To me, it just, again, shows you what the motorcycle community is all about.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All of my friends, they're still coming in. So I think it'll be cool. It'll be a good time.
Bill, this is the day of the ride. We had, what, a few days to put this thing together, and already I see quite a few bikes out in the parking lot. As a dad, what kind of emotions are you going through today?
Real great, yeah. A lot of people showed up.
Pretty cool to see the way the motorcycle community sticks together, isn't it?
Yeah, great. Yeah, nothing wrong with this.
Now, I understand you got a ride for today, do you not?
I'm riding this lady on a trike. I'm riding behind her. I'm a little up in years, so if I wasn't so old, I might consider that now, but I'm got too old for that. So I'm 74, so that's a little old, I guess, to be doing that, you know, on your own. So.
There is nothing wrong with riding on a trike behind a lady. You know what I'm saying?
I have no problem with it, man. I love it.
Because if you,
her husband may not like it, but it's all good fun, you know. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, if you're feeling up to it, I'll let you ride my bike, and I'll sit on the back of the trike.
Okay. Yeah.
The weather cooperated for Nancy, and everyone was looking forward to a great ride with everlasting memories. Meanwhile, many miles away, Scott was getting ready to watch one of his best friends, Bubba Blackwell, jump his Harley-Davidson for the last time, ending his 21-year career.
I first met Bubba Blackwell in 2002, 2003, somewhere in that area, and just simply went to one of his stunt shows and thought it was just the coolest thing I'd ever seen. And as he was traveling around the Midwest, we'd go over and see him, and at the time Jamie, his wife, was traveling with him, and he was just doing stunt shows. And then Harley-Davidson asked him to come do a comeback jump. And so from that point on, I started working with him doing the jumps. And you know, we spent a lot of time together for quite a few years, especially 05, 06, 07. And 07 was a tough year for us, and it was a tough year for Bubba at the time. And so we kind of both went through a really, really tough time together. Totally different things, but you know, traveling the countryside with Bubba, it's something that I'll never, ever be able to forget or replace, because some of the things we've done, I never would have been able to do without traveling with Bubba Blackwell.
I gotta ask you, Scott's been on the team for quite a while.
Yeah, he has.
So how do you feel about his working with you? You know, the Steelhorse Thunder fans, they don't see him in this light. They see him as a host.
Yeah.
So how is it working with him?
He's absolutely terrible. He never listens. He's always like, let me do this, and all you ain't very. No, I'm just kidding. You know, Scott is Scott's one of those guys that if you're lucky enough to meet him personally, you'd be really surprised. He's such a genuine dude, and there's always this sense of relief when he's around, and I don't know why, but you know, I met you guys when this truck was brand new. It was the very first. That truck's got 400,000 miles on it now.
Holy crap!
That is true. That is a fact. But you know, that's so funny because he's been with me all over the country before he was this big TV guy. So it's cool, and I'm so glad you guys were here for this one, and it means a lot to me, and I'm soaking it all in because you know, I'm like right now, I was riding, going back and forth, making it. I was just trying to make sure the memory bank had space for it.
It's kind of somber. I'm looking forward to when we all get together and we all pray together. You know, one last time before his big jump, and you know, right now it's starting to settle in. We had a couple stunt shows, and you kind of just go out there and have fun during the stunt shows. And now the finality is really starting to set in. It's like, man, this is really going to be it. And it's very emotional. I mean, obviously you got the normal stuff that goes on before a jump, which obviously for a stunt rider, this is a big thing, and so you're kind of already on edge to begin with. But then to know it's your last, and for crew members that have been together, I mean, I worked with Ron on this crew back, 10, 12 years ago. And so, I mean, this is a friendship that's all getting ready to come to a close. So it's very, very emotional, very, very sad. For myself, it's been different the last few years doing the show. Obviously, I'm busy on the weekends, and I haven't been able to work with Bubba too much. But every now and then I do get that phone call, and the fact that this is his last jump and I'm not going to get that phone call anymore, it's definitely the ending of a season, and it's been a heck of a season. We had tough times, but overall it's been one of the greatest seasons of my life.
It's a happy time because I'm glad that I'm going to be able to share her life with her now that I'm back in touch with her. But it's very difficult because I hate to see somebody have to go through the pain of cancer and what it does to them and what it does to the family, especially, when they get to a point that it's the pain that they have. So it breaks my heart. But again, I'm going to pray and believe that God's going to do a miracle in Nancy's life, and she's going to come through this with flying colors, and she's going to be able to have a long life. The sun was shining down on both of them that day. Bubba was ready to jump, and Nancy was ready to ride.
Bad things happen to good people. That's the difficult part of our job. Our firm works with great people during very tough times. Because of that, your compensation is our first priority. No one can prepare for the aftermath of an accident, but the insurance company is prepared to give you the bare minimum. That's why you need legal guidance, to give you a voice and get you the money you deserve. Leidendorf Law, your Indiana injury lawyers. Like family, because we are.
So Rhonda, this is a beautiful bike. Tell me about it.
It's my new 2014 Sportster.
New?
It is.
So when'd you get it?
January.
The first of the year.
23rd.
So what did you say it was?
2014 Sportster.
And how long have you been riding?
This year.
Oh, this is your first year.
First year, yeah.
So did you go through the ABAPE course?
I did. You did? Yeah.
So what did you think of it?
I hated it.
I liked it.
I didn't like my instructor. He was a butthead.
So what did he do?
He yelled at me.
Well, what did you do?
I yelled at him back.
What did you do to get yelled at?
He said I was following too close, which was bull.
You weren't following too close.
No. That's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Why would I do that?
So Rhonda, do you have any plans to ride like out of state, on a big ride?
We might be going to North Carolina soon.
Where are you going to North Carolina?
My friend lives down there, Myrtle Beach.
Well, that will be a nice ride, and there's some nice roads to go to Myrtle Beach on.
Thanks.
So is there anything else that, is there anything you want to do to your bike?
Not pretty much nothing else. I'm already done with it.
No new stuff on here or nothing?
No, I'm pretty much happy with it.
Rhonda, you said you had a commemorative plate on your bike. Can you tell me what that's about?
My sister committed suicide December the 14th, 2013. She died on the 6th of January 2014. I went out and bought my bike on the 23rd in honor of her so she can have her knees in the breeze. That's my whole lesson for learning. So she can ride.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is.
That's why I bought my bike.
Well, that is a good reason to buy it, and I'm so sorry for your loss.
She didn't want to be here. She didn't want to be here no more, you know what I mean? So, I take her with me everywhere I go.
That's awesome.
Right.
I think that's really cool. And I'm so glad that you did that in memory of your sister.
Right, I love her still. She knows I do. To the end.
Some people say true beauty comes from within. At Crambo's, we think beauty can be inside and out. Along with the best paint and body work in the state, Crambo's also offers all Harley motorcycle service work, from tune-ups to rebuilds, so make sure your bike looks as good as it runs and bring it on in to the only shop that treats your bike as good as we treat our own. Crambo's. We'll get you noticed.
Motorcycle riders want the freedom of the open road with the wind in their face. Unfortunately, other motorists often do not give motorcycles the proper attention that the law requires. When an accident occurs, call Leidendorf Law for a free consultation. Our team of lawyers is ready to aggressively pursue your case and fight for your rights in and out of a courtroom. We'll help you on the road to recovery so that soon you can return to the open road. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
No matter what motorcycle ride or event you go to, you can always find incredible people with big hearts and amazing talent. So Carl, you have Walking Tall Cycles. Wasn't there kind of like a show that was called that?
Actually, they made a movie back in the early 70s about my uncle, Buford Pusser, Walking Tall. He was a sheriff, carried a bit stick, and pretty much didn't take shit from anybody.
No, he didn't. So what is it that you're doing these days?
Actually, kind of playing around with old motorcycles and stuff. Everybody's got new bikes, and I kind of went back to the old, background of my old heart and started messing with the old vintage stuff again, and kind of putting a new twist on it.
All right, Carl, that's just despicable.
Yeah, exactly. That's that bike I built for Ride Hard magazine and Rat Rod magazine. It was a build off 30 days, $3,000, and ride it for 500 miles. And we built it in 15 days, and the reason I got the idea is from my granddaughter is watching Just Despicable at home one night, and I said, the old tank kind of looks a little bit like a minion that I make, so that's what I kind of come up with, and kind of themed it after that, and it's been a big hit ever since, man. Everything's handmade on this bike. The floorboards are actually, they actually pivot, they're actually the shifter and brake, jack shaft, everything, it's just a one-piece deal. I took it to Chicago, I took it to Cleveland, I won both shows up there, won the Ultimate Builders Championship, and then also done Ron Finch's personal award. So I mean, to me, that was one of the biggest honors I got was from Ron Finch. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. And you know what? I mean, you're building these bikes from the ground up, right? I mean, it's like you're just taking stuff and putting them together.
Yeah, most of my steel when it comes into shops, usually a straight piece of steel about 24 feet long, and we cut it down and bend it and shape it. Sheets of metal, we cut them, bend them, shape them. Everything's done by hand. We don't do no machines, no nothing like that. So everything's all done from raw material.
Well, that's amazing. You do a great job. It was so nice to meet you out here today. Yeah, cool. You guys have fun?
Oh yeah, entirely too much fun.
Thank you.
One of our sponsors on board this year is Renegade Classics. Nikki here, I know you work there. You do a lot of the custom embroidery, the leather work and stuff. You guys did something pretty cool for this ride. Can you tell me a little about it?
Yeah, myself, I am a cervical cancer survivor. So Cindy had told me about the ride that is going on today. And I wanted to do something special. As you know, we did a little something special for Gracie. Right. So we put together this nice little head wrap for Nancy. And the colors for cervical and or ovarian cancer are teal and white. So we did her name in teal and white, and then I custom designed a heart with the teal ribbon for Nancy.
And this is something you just did on your own.
Yeah. It has a special meaning, to me. I was diagnosed in 2012 with cervical cancer, and I was lucky enough that I didn't have to go through I had a surgery to remove the cancerous cells, but I didn't have to go through chemo. I didn't have to go through multiple surgeries or radiation. So, I was lucky. But there are many people who aren't. So, it is something that is very, close to my heart. So, I wanted to do this. I wanted to do something special.
So Stormy, I love your name. So tell me, you're an author, right? You write books.
I write a lot of different things, actually. I have a book out called The Secret Path, and I have a book out called Soul Seeds. Right now I'm working on a book called Tales of a Wayward Biker. That's Life and Times of Stormy Monday, me. And I've got a lot of experiences to draw from, so it's really an easy ride, and I'm enjoying doing it.
So you're also a painter. I hear your paintings are epic.
I am a painter. I have art all over the country. I do gallery shows when I want to around the country. I have murals all over the place. I enjoy doing that.
So what kind of murals do you do?
I'm left of center. I do realism, but I enjoy doing abstract. I enjoy doing like a beautiful place that you dream of in your head, and then I'll put an abstract twist on it. Things like that.
I would have never pictured you as doing that kind of stuff, so you just never know, right?
Right. You never know by looking at something. Don't judge a book by its cover, right?
The time had come for Bubba to do his final jump and for Nancy to go on her first big ride. Life can be funny sometimes. Two complete strangers, but in a strange way, both have been waiting years for this day to come.
Sometimes we go through hard times for many reasons. These type of trials builds character in you, so you can help others when they go through, yeah. Take your time, work it through, dream big, believe in you. The life you live to the fullest, live without regret. Dream, make them true to reach potential. The life you live to the fullest, live without regret. Dream, make them true to reach potential in you. The life you live to the fullest, live without regret. Dream, make them true to reach potential.
Before you could blink your eyes, Bubba had successfully made his jump, and Nancy had completed her first big ride.
I want to write my life story because you know a lot of my personal stuff, and you were there, and I don't want to talk about it right now. It'll make me well up, but you guys were there when my mother passed, and y'all got to spend a lot of time, and when you've accomplished all your goals, and that's exactly who you're looking at, somebody who's the bucket list is empty, and there's a lot more significance in life, and I'm going to explore that, and I want to write my book, I want to write my story, and I want to go out and motivate people to live life to the fullest.
To hear it all, it's hard to believe. Sorry. It's definitely hard to believe this is the last one. But my God, I'm so thankful to be able to be a part of it. All the way from the prayer before the jump to the intro and the wink from him before he does the jump. Those are things that'll last forever.
So Nancy, how was this ride for you?
Oh, it was great. I couldn't have asked for anything better. It was great.
It was amazing how the bikes got to stay together the whole way.
Yes, that was awesome.
And look, there's no clouds in the sky.
I know it.
it's not going to rain. It was great to see all the fans out here for you today. And I'm sure that they're sad because you are retiring. And they're probably sad, but you know what? As a friend, I just want to tell you that I'm happy for you. And I'm glad that you're going to be able to go home and be home with Jamie and Reagan, and you're going to be able to do things that you want to do now.
It's been long enough, and thank you. That's really cool, and I got to hug your neck now, and I appreciate it.
Well, we love you.
When God closes one door, He opens another, and I am thankful for the season I had with Bubba, and I'm even more grateful for the season we have now with Steel Horse Thunder, and it's just, I don't know, it's been one heck of a ride. I'm just thankful to be a part of it.
Everything you expected?
Oh, and then some. I'm telling you, it was great.
Thank you so much. It was a great day for me to be able to do this.
Well, the main thing we wanted to do on this ride was to bring Nancy for a nice ride with a bunch of bikes. Mission accomplished. Oddly enough, when people were just signing a book for us, so we know how many people we had on the ride, somebody asked, why we weren't taking up any money, and we explained it to them. They said, well, you need a donation bucket out here, so they put a bucket out there, and people were donating money. So we had a card for Nancy, and now I'm going to count up to see what kind of money the people get. Holy crap. Now that was a very quick count, but we're $5 short of $600. Holy cow. My gosh. Man, that just blows me away. Blows me away. And we told everybody specifically, this is not about money. We're not taking any money for this. We just want to go on a ride. Oh, Nancy's going to be beside herself when she sees this.
This week, two people who have never met and who live hundreds of miles away shared a common bond through motorcycles. They are both starting new chapters in their stories and moving on to the next phase of their lives. And while one is just a Bubba from Alabama,
I hit the gas and I went up there and I landed in the blue, and that thing landed so smooth.
And the other is a wife and a mother fighting for her life.
I've got it in God's hands. That's as far as I can go, Can't get any better than that, so.
They both showed their families and the world. It's not what you ride, it's that you ride.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
We want to thank everybody for your love and support of Steel Horse Thunder. We're going to take a break for the next few weeks, but we'll be back in September with more new episodes. So keep in touch with us on Facebook for when the next new episode will air. God bless and ride safe.